Multiplication using the area method. Let's have a look at how to multiply using the area method. This method is also known as the grid method. Now you might be thinking, well, why is it called the area method? Normally in textbooks or in videos or even at school, it's normally known as the grid method. But the idea behind it is to do with area. So let's have a look at some examples then to see why it's called the area method and how we use this to work out different multiplication sums. So we might have something like 25 times 6, okay? And the idea is that you write 25 as 20 and 5, because there are 2 10s and 5 1s, okay? So that's the key. It's about splitting your number up. So I have 2 10s and 5 1s, so I'm going to write 20 and 5. Okay, I'm just going to draw myself kind of a little kind of a box, should I say, like that. There's 2 different ways you can do it. I'll show you both. And then times 6, well, there's just 6 1s, so that's going to go there. Okay, and all I'm going to do is kind of do that, and I might like to draw myself a box around this. Okay, so let's just do that, and I might just erase that, and I might erase the number as well to make it nice and neat in the middle. So 20 and 5, let's do that as well, so it looks nice and neat inside there. Oh, okay. Well, I don't really need the bottom box, okay, but we'll just leave it there for now. So you are timesing, which we know. So this box here, I do 20 times 6. Now, why do I do 20 times 6, and what has area got to do with this? Well, the box represents the area. So what they're saying is that this measurement here is 20 and the height there is 6. And you know that's a box, don't you? It's a rectangle. How do you work out the area of a rectangle? Well, to work out the area of a rectangle, you do base times height, don't you? If I just kind of draw this box out separately, I've got 20 and 6 there. So base times height, 20 times 6 is 120. Okay. Then this box here is 6 and 5. Okay, and the idea is that I should have actually drawn that box smaller, because obviously that length and that length are different, aren't they? They're not the same. So that there is 5 and the height there is 6. How do I work out the area of that box or that rectangle? Well, it's 6 times 5, which is 30. Now, I want the total area, so you just add the area up of the 2 boxes, and we do 120, add 30 to get 150. And that is the area method. And that's where the area bit comes in. Ideally, what you're supposed to do is, you can see it's 25 times 6. So I will just do a height there of 6, and I'm going to do probably a kind of a bigger one. That's 20, that's 6, and then obviously 5 would be like this, okay? And then you could work out the area of that box as well. Again, 120 and 30, okay? So it's about representing your numbers in terms of area of a rectangle. Let's have a look at another example then. Let's have a look at 54 times 32 now, okay? So the first things first, you have to split your number up. I've got 5 10s, so 50 and 4 1s. This one, I've got 3 10s, so 30 and a 2. 2 1s. Once you've split your number up and you've identified your number, or how many 10s or how many 1s you've got, you then need to place it in the grid. So I've got, it doesn't matter which number goes at the top. I'm just going to use 54 at the top and 32 at the side. So again, it's entirely up to you. I'm going to write 50 and 4 there, and obviously 30 there, and I'm going to put the number 2 there. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw my box like that. I'm going to draw this box like that. 2 is not going to look like that, is it? So I'm just going to have to do that and put my number 2 there. Okay. Generally speaking, what happens is obviously people just normally draw any random boxes and then work it out like that. But because we're actually understanding where this method comes from, we're going to draw it out like this. Now, this box here, it's base times height. It's a rectangle, isn't it? The base is 50. How tall is it? It's 30. So 50 times 30 is 1,500. The base of this box is 4. How tall is it? It's 30 tall. So 4 times 30 is 120. This rectangle here is base times height. So base is 50, height is 2, so that's 100. Base is 4, height is 2, 4 times 2 is 8. And because we want the total area, we are going to add. We're going to do 1,500, add 120, add 100, and add 8, okay, for the total area. So the total of that would come to 1,728. Okay, obviously, that is the idea behind it. You can draw the boxes like this if you want to. So, for example, the 50 is longer than the 4, the 30 is longer than the 2, like that, to kind of give you an idea. But generally, what people do is, if I do another example, 71 times 89, well, we have 7 tens, 70, and 1 unit, or 1 ones. Here we've got 8 tens, so 80, and we've got 9 ones. So rather than drawing like that, people just tend to write 70 and 1 there, and kind of draw like that, 80 and 9 there. Okay, so the boxes are whatever size normally, and it's the same thing as before. Just put a time sign there, and you do 80 times 70 then for that box. It's base times height. The base of your rectangle there is 70. How tall is it? It's 80. So 5,600. This one here, I mean, you could cut that off at the side if you wanted to. That there is 1, and the height is 80. So 1 times 80 is 80. This one, 70 times 9 then, base times height is 630, and 9 times 1 is 9. And then all you do is you add everything up in those boxes. Okay, and you get 6,319, and that's the most popular way in textbooks, in you know, assessments or websites or even at school. But the idea behind it is that your numbers are representing measurements of a box or a rectangle, and then you are going off to find the area of that box and then adding everything up in total. Let's just have a look at a few other examples before we finish this lesson. 127 times 82. So this time I've got 100, I've got 2 tens, and I've got 7 ones. This number here, I have got 8 tens and 2 ones. Again, it doesn't matter which way you put the numbers, whether you put the numbers at the top or at the side. I'm just going to do it in the order that the numbers are given. So 127 above, 120 and 7. And then we've got 80 and 2. Okay. So again, you're just timesing. Remember, you're thinking about the area of a box. So 80 times 100 is 8,000. 80 times 20 is 1,600. 80 times 7 is 560. 2 times 100 is 200. 2 times 20 is 40, and 2 times 7 is 14. And you can see it's really easy to multiply these numbers. You know, we can do 80 times 100 because you can do 8 times 1 and there's just 3 extra zeros. We can do 80 times 20 because you can do 8 times 2 very easily, which is 16. just an extra 2 zeros. We can also do 8 times 7 and add an extra 0 on for 80 times 7. And 2 times 100, 2 times 20, and 2 times 7 is, it's pretty simple and straightforward because all you are doing is you are doubling. Hence why this method, again, is also quite a popular method for multiplying because it just makes things easier. And obviously, it's easier for you to multiply. You're going to be multiplying when you have a non-calculator paper or non-calculator questions. Obviously, if you had a calculator, you wouldn't need to do this, would you? You would just tap it into your calculator. But the fact that if you struggle to times, this is a really good way because you are breaking down the numbers into easier numbers for you to multiply. Right, what we need to do now is we need to add everything up. So we need to do 8,000, add 1,600, add 560, add 200, add 40, and add 40. And the other numbers are pretty simple to do in your head. But when you're not, you can obviously do column addition. You could do it step by step as well if you want, add a few numbers and then add, or you can just add it in one go. So I'm going to just add in one go. 0, add 0, add 0, add 0, add 4 is 4. 0, add 0 is 0, add 6 is 6, add 0 is 6, add 4, 10, add 1, 11. Carry the 1 over, just put it there. 0, well, 6, add 5 is 11, 12, 13, 14. 4 there, carry the 1 over, 8, 9, 10. 10,414 is your answer. And again, pretty simple and straightforward. It was really easy to add, especially because you end up with a lot of numbers that have zeros at the end, and that really helps with your adding as well and with your timesing. Okay, let's have a look then at a final example. Let's have a look at something a bit more different. 152 times 346. So again, let's have a look. If the numbers are bigger, does that help us even more? I've got 100, 100. I've got 5 tens, so 50, and I've got 2 ones. I've got 3 hundreds there, so there. I've got 4 tens, so 40, and 6 ones. Okay, let's write this down then. Obviously, I'm going to just write down 100, 50, and 2 again. I'm just writing the first number at the top. I've got 300, I've got 40, and I've got 6. Just going to split them up so I get my boxes. Okay. Again, you can see 300 times 100. They look like really big numbers and they look like it's something really difficult, but it's not, is it? You just do 3 times 1, which is 3, and you've got 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. 300 times 50, again, you just do 3 times 5 is 15. 1, 2, 3 zeros. 1, 2, 3. 300 times 2, you're just doubling, so 600, because 3 doubled is 6. 40 times 100, well, 4 and 3 zeros. 40 times 50 is 4 times 5 is 20, and you've got 2 extra zeros. 40 times 2 is 80, just doubling. 6 times 100 is 600. 6 times 50, well, 6 times 5 is 30, 1 extra 0, and 6 times 2 is 30. Again, see how simple and straightforward that was? There wasn't much there involved, was there, in terms of, your timesing? It's not too difficult because of the amount of zeros that you end up with, again, with adding. So let's add them. So 3, and I'm just going to have a number in each box. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4 to make it easier. 1, 2, 5, 1. I've got 4,000. Oops, the one's gone missing. I've got 2,000. I've then got 600, another 600. I've got a 300. I've got an 80, and I've got a 30. Sometimes it's really easy to make a mistake, so I'm just going to tick it off as I go along. I've got a 600. I've got a 4,000, a 2,000. I've got another 600, 380, and 30. Just to double check, otherwise, if you forget a number, then it's trouble, isn't it? Because you've missed something out. So let's add, and you can see here, oops, let's get rid of this one here because it's not in the right place, is it? Zeros all this way, added is just 0. This one here, 8 add 3 is 11. So carry the 1 over. Again, 0, 0, 0, 0, 6 and 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Carry the 1, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1 there, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 52,610 is your answer. And you can see how simple and straightforward it is. It's normally known as the grid method, but the concept behind it is area. So you're splitting the numbers up, and then you are assuming that they are the measurements of your rectangle or of your box, and you're working at the area of each box and adding it together to get the total area, basically. So this was the grid method. Thank you for watching.